What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Make It Make Sense morning show, the Saturday Gen X cut up time. About to kick it. I'd introduce my people, my co-host, my sister, Brown Sugar, and my brother, AD, aka Bam Bam.
Good morning. Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday. Brown sugar, babe.
Thank you, Biggie. Hey, Bam Bam.
Ah man. Hey y'all, have y'all been seeing that whale video?
The who?
The video that the whale popped the kayaker up out of his mouth.
Nah, I ain't see that.
That's why I don't get in deep water like that, bro. And
What
why
type of whale was it?
a humpback? If you type
Them
well,
whales are very smart. Dolphins are very smart too.
but the shit that had me cracking up is, would you go out there with a kayak?
What is he kayaking out there in the ocean for where a whale is at? I thought you kayak in the river.
Nah, he one of them Alaska
Mm.
out there in the middle of it's too goddamn cold for me. Period. Welcome everybody to just showing up. Oh man.
Thank you, everyone, for showing up this Saturday morning.
Shoot. I see that the format's changing, the location's changing,
Mhm.
and things that we're about to start accomplishing. Do you think that is out is the making the move where we comfortable at? Because everybody on this panel love the debate. Is I lying?
No, you're not.
But if I'm a debate, I want to debate on an even playing field.
Okay. How would you do a debate? Is there a way to do a debate here on on on, on this one on this panel?
Yeah, we can debate men versus women. We can debate 80 shows was better, men versus women. It's different
Mm,
debate. You don't have to have opposition being the ignorant mega.
right.
And then as we grow this channel, more people will be wanting to come up here, be like, yo, hit up Tam or hit up you or hit up one of us. We give you the link, you come to the studio and we record it. We can get a panel, we can even set it up, promote it, have it on Friday. Men versus women, men versus women, or
Mhm.
80s babies versus motherfucking millennials.
Mhm.
I wanna they always say we got division within the community. So I'm trying to change that outlook.
Exactly.
I'm trying to, you don't got to show me research because I'm tired of that shit. Show me your source. Bitch, I lived it.
That's right. Well, how deep research can you get than to live it?
And we talking Gen X shit, it should be that way. And I think to kick it out Saturdays will give people more options and start their day off better than the normal shit. Like I was going through the rooms before you showed up, and I was looking on my phone, going to the rooms. I just started shaking my head like the anxiety effect that I have of hearing such bullshit.
Mm.
I was like, no, I'm going. I left. I swiped out. Like, fuck. I'm not in the mood. I think it ain't the band and all that did that. Nah, I think it started getting to me when I started looking back at the playback videos.
Mhm.
Playback videos when I've been uploading them, but to get to them parts, I had to listen to some of that shit. And I'd be sitting there going, how is it possible that a group of people can literally follow a fucking joke and justify it? Like to hear somebody say that little boy said this, I said, I'm sitting there thinking, I was like, man, my mama would slap my ass across the room. And two, Why the hell you the president and the news reporters talking to this dude? It
You have to look at well that the what they're doing. Politics do bring on a lot of anxiety,
the
especially when you have opposition. It's just like religion. You those things you should not discuss because people are going to stand on how they feel. And when it comes to the politics stage, it's not good for your men. It's just too much frequency um, or with that topic. I have been in some settings to where I liked it. The room, it was open. The dialogue was on relationships or on how to sustain mental health in a healthy way. I like platforms like that, being in spaces like that. It's good for your health. You get information, you get nurtured, you get what you need, and the frequency is not high with opposition. So I think when people are on the network, depending on what you are looking for, but I'm looking for information to better me within my specialization. And if I can offer anything to help anyone within my field of specialization, that's what I'm here for. But we got to grow every day with building the village. Times has changed. It's not the same back then as it is now. So with the changing of time and the new era of the young ones that are coming up, who we have to reach them. We have to know how to get on their level to reach them. We can't just keep saying, no, I'm the adult. You do as I do. I'm the adult. You're the child. True. That is true. But these children that are out here now, they're not the same as us
by
growing up. My boys aren't the same as me.
by the way, sis, let me make this announcement. For everybody that came into the live, we are on YouTube. For you to hear the conversation, you're gonna have to come to YouTube to look at it, look at my bio, and click in, and bam, this is where we at. All right, back. This is. I had to make that announcement.
Yes, it was nice.
Something came up. I just said, let me turn on this.
So as
Turn
far as moving the village, we have to be in spaces to where we can be nurtured and grow.
Yep.
And bringing up a new village, we have to be in spaces where we can nurture and grow. Politics, some things I learned new in spaces with the politics as far as what that man is doing, but it doesn't nurture my spirit and grow me like some spaces I'm in um, of what I need. Everybody needs something different.
You're 100% right. That's why I
I
feel
agree.
if you're not willing to change your mindset and all you want to do is do the constant circle and deal with the anxiety, the yelling that I'm tired of this, I'm mad, I'm happy for you if that's what you want to do. But I have more to my personality and my brain that would let me talk about a little bit of everything. The one thing that I like talking about the most is where we from, where we come from, what era we ride with. So if if people can't get that in their head, and this is because I'm getting tired of being disrespected, being called the N word 7 days a week, because my opinion makes you triggered. That's why the red button is hot. We move the block, as you say. So the go between this move that we're trying to do is to just bring a different type of feeling. Don't y'all get a better feeling when we're done with our lives and shit since we've been doing this?
Yes, I do. It's a better feeling as far as learning more than what we did, and then more collaboration, um, more growth within connect, and more bonding within the crew. I feel that connection.
I feel like it's a conversation instead of an argument. We don't have no one to argue with, so we're able to actually have a conversation and work on solutions.
Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah, I agree. I agree, Bam Bam.
I just
And with that comes us bonding more too, learning each other.
yeah, because we bring in a better um, situation with us. We growing deeper with us. We're not eh, jumping on top of each other because the mega show up and we've been sitting there for like 10 minutes waiting for one, and everybody diving on them, and then we yelling and screaming and all that shit. That shit was annoying. That you can't lie and say that wasn't annoying.
Hmm.
It was it it gave me a bad it started giving me a bad persona for real. It's like bad enough I make the videos about them. Now I'm starting to argue with them every day. And at one point, it worked with me. It worked for me. I was liking that shit. But then I got tired. I was like, every time if TikTok supposed to be so biased, why the hell every time we get banned and we appeal it, we lose our appeal? I can go in a room here, a YT white man literally go in on people, say some of the most outlandish things ever. And I'm sitting there going, hell no. I ain't built like that. I'm I'm because I know outside of this app, them words will not be coming out your mouth. You wouldn't even fix your face to say these things. Good morning, boss, libertarian. If you want to come up on the panel, type of one, boss, libertarian. I mean, librarian. Mm. So, sorry for the interruption. That's like when the other day we was talking about representation of us in black media, how we portray, like compared from the good time era. That link you used yesterday to come in the studio. Oh, hold up.
Good morning, Lady Bob, librarian. Is she? I don't even know if she's still in the room. But I don't see all that. I don't even see the chats on my screen.
And I'll be right back, bro. My headphone went out. I can't even hear y'all.
Oh shit, hi, bro. But you remember we had that conversation when we was talking about the different representation of us on social media. And then when you look at other
Mhm.
they try to show them in a better light. It's either we're going mental challenges or we dealing with issues as unaccountable.
Yeah.
We got so much and a lot of the stuff, that's why I stopped watching television like that for real. It just became a movie head and pick and choose what series I want to watch. Because it can be white, black, Korean, anything, anything. I'm especially if it's humor, because humor brings you get to really see a person. You get to see a group of people personality. You get to see it in a situation when they express like Joku. I don't know if you ever heard of Joku.
No, I haven't.
I learned a lot of things you can say in comedy around dude. He, he's dope. He explained everything.
Mhm.
at their grandmom and
Go
aunt.
on out there and pee. I don't care if it's raining. Get your tail out there and do it.
Anyway, what's going on, boss librarian?
Good burning, good burning, good burning.
Good morning.
Oh, good morning, lady.
We had to hit this real quick. Oh shit! My colleague, brother, head bobbing and shit. Like, oh hell no!
Oh gosh, I apologize. I thought I was on mute. I'm sorry.
Shoot,
Your Bam Bam done canned up on again.
Hey, boss.
Morning.
How you?
I'm good. I can't
they be
complain.
walking around. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I'm at.
I'm not taking no guesses. If you want to talk to me or type to me on YouTube, sorry, this is just open the letter to know where we at. Giving you one side. If you want to hear the other side of the conversation, you might have to come over there. And let me ask you, all right, yeah, it is subjective. Comedy is. So if I hear comedy that I don't want to hear, I don't want to sit there and hear somebody disrespecting people to a point and think that's humor. I have that option to walk away. Don't I? So if it's like watching television. I hate when I hear people say the the atrocities of the Super Bowl was this, that, and that. Why did the fuck you keep watching it? Why did you if it wasn't your drama, your type of music, if it wasn't what you was looking for, anything, why did you keep watching it? If I didn't, I watch it's Super Bowls back in the day. I used to get up and walk out the damn door. Like I'll come back at the halftime. You have every option to always walk away from something. Like when you're on TikTok, you don't want to be in that room, swipe the hell up. Why stay somewhere where you're not wanted or feel comfortable with yourself? I'm not. It's like going to a smotsy motherfucking parade and I'm standing there and I'm the only black guy. How how unbelievable that can be. Okay. And welcome to the live. We got our co-host, another co-host, Tam.
Oh shoot.
Good morning, Butterfly. What's going on, girl?
Good morning. How are y'all?
Good. Good morning. Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday.
Happy
Happy
Saturday.
Saturday.
Sorry. You okay, Brown?
Wonderful.
Okay.
I'm wonderful. Thank you for asking.
You're welcome. And
Thanks for the
everybody
likes
else, how are
and the love.
y'all?
Thanks for the likes and the love. Come over YouTube so you can get the full effect. We got people on the panel. We're not. This is just a what they call promo. So
I'm good, Tam. How are you?
I'm doing well. In fact, how are you?
I'm great for watching. I say,
Okay.
ain't you getting tired of tapping with your motherfucking fingers? Y'all don't got to do that. Y'all can come over here and just sit and enjoy the show without having to give out a gift. And we're doing this shit. Hey, sit up, Red. Anyway, back to what we was talking about. Because y'all said that yesterday. It felt good not to type. Tap the fucking screen and share the live.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Oh my God. So the question that I asked Brown and I asked AD was, do y'all believe that black people is not getting represented right in today's media compared to when we was in Gen X era?
I agree. They're not. They are not. We were at, I think in the 90s era, we had more positive role models on pretty much almost every show that they had, with the exception of Urkel.
She
But
said, Urkel. But it's so Carl Winslow as a father.
exactly. We
And
had more father figures in the 90s too.
yeah, everybody can say what they want. James Evans was the shit. That was my number one dad on TV when I was growing up. Because I didn't grow up with my dad. I ain't have a dad. So James ain't played that shit. That was my uncle. Like James was my uncle. Like anything when it came to physical takeout, Bobby, come get this motherfucker boy. This motherfucker boy over here fucking losing his motherfucking mind. And if you don't get the fuck over here, one of us gonna take him to mother. I prefer to get beat by a man than a woman. Back then. I ain't know how to stop. My mama didn't know how to stop. You proved your point, lady. I give you something to cry for. Hell nah. So go ahead, Boston Library.
Do me a favor. I was messing with my avatar. Repeat the question.
I said, do you think that today black people is being represented correctly like we was back in our era?
No, I don't think
Explain.
so. I don't think so. I think that it can be very still stereotypical, and it's not as broad and defined as it should be, and what it can be. There seems to be only like one face of our community, and our community is very non-monolithic and very diverse. But I think that especially when it comes to, and this is part of my thesis from my first master's degree, what white media has a tendency to do
Bluetooth
is
connected.
is choose the choose the image that they're most comfortable with. So if the image is that they're most comfortable with is that the black man is a drunk and coming in and out the house, and the mama is the one that's holding up the family and struggling, that's the image that they're going to select. But all of us on this panel know that that's not an accurate portrayal of black men in our community, because that's not what I saw growing up. I saw a strong black man in my family, which was represented in my father. So no, I don't agree with that.
I love that, boss.
Yeah, I like that. That was that was
My daddy would come to report card pickup in a dashiki and would pimp and walk through the door. He was a teacher.
Mm.
And the next day at
oh, you
school,
had that dope
all the
dad. You had a
teachers
couple of them.
he used to have that pimp walk to him, okay? And he used to challenge those teachers, and then he would say, I'm a teacher too, but I work in Chicago. The difference is you're in the burbs. You should be doing right by my child. Next day at school, all the white teachers be lined up. I met your father. And I'm just thinking to myself, I know you did, and now you're going to get it right and get in order. Because Edgar doesn't play. He'll go to the school board on your ass. And that was my daddy.
That man walked in and commanded respect.
He did. Mm-hmm.
Black
And
men
I
back
got that off of him.
then, we don't have to show none of that shit. I watched my uncle and them roll through everywhere and was like, it's that rep the way they represent themselves when they was in public.
That's right.
I think I enjoyed the fact that back then they showed the vulnerability of and the strength of men, because I remember, y'all remember Rock?
Yeah.
I like that show.
I love that show, and I love, he wasn't a father per se, but he was a man that was trying to make sure his household was right. And I remember he had vulnerable moments, and he showed the vulnerable moments as well as those strong moments of him, the versatility of that household. I think that was one of the better, not saying better, but I love the way that they portrayed him on that show.
Yeah, I agree.
Exactly.
Because
I
Rock,
think back then the black men stood more strong in their stance as being men, and being providers and protectors, and they showed their protecting dominance that I protect mine. You know, on any level, I protect mine, and they showed that, and they had pride within that, and they even walked with it. You
Mm-hmm.
know, um, that pimp walk. Well, I call it the pimp walk in the 70s, 80s, 60s, 70s, 80s. That's that pimp walk. They walked with pride and strength and character, to let you know they was coming, um and they was not afraid to be who they were, and they came to get a point across, and that's what they did. In my household, um, the strongest vessel in my house was my mother. She was the stronger vessel than my father. So she was the breadwinner. She was the wiser one. She was wise. Um, she was encouragement. She kept the house together. She was like an old grandma that made the family reunions come together.
Mm-hmm.
That's the character that my mom portrays. She still does the family reunions to this day. She gets the family reunions together. Um, but my dad was hell on ice. He rode with the devil and would tell you he's riding with the devil and be happy in it. He was he carried a Glock everywhere he went. He had a Glock on his hip. Okay, and he wasn't afraid to pull it if you mess with him. He was a Rolling Stone, had kids everywhere, and didn't value the woman, his wife, like he should. He didn't value the woman because he didn't value himself. So he didn't value the black woman. He
Mm-hmm.
felt like the black woman had a place, um, and that place was behind him. But yet, uh, he had a strong, very strong woman, and he didn't know how to handle her within his weaknesses.
My mother was like that. She could speak up and clown the fish. Now, don't laugh, y'all, but this is a memory. Hey, Black Samurai. He would clown. My mother would clown the fish market man. She would stand in line and she would listen to how the white women would ask for um, the fish to be prepared and cut a certain way. And then when it was her turn, they just wanted to cut it their way and give it to her. And she would stand there and give them the business. And my mother has those funny Louisiana woman eyes that her eyes are gray, but when she gets mad, her eyes would turn colors and they would turn, her eyes are hazel, but then they would turn gray when she get real mad.
all had them.
And so my mother would go off, would be standing there going off. And then I would see the men look up and see my father standing off in the background with his arms folded like Mr. Clean. Because he did. He looked like Mr. Clean growing up. Because my dad used to, lift weights. I can remember that as a child up until a certain point. Then he just stopped. And then they would quietly go back there and fix the fish the way that my mother wanted it done. But this happened every single week. It was just a big fight, but my mother had it in her. And if they didn't give her what she wanted, my father would damn well finish it. And we don't see a lot of that anymore.
Oh no,
We don't.
we don't see and the men. I've heard a lot of men say, "I apologize. We did drop the ball. We dropped the ball. We don't know, and I do see now they are starting to respect the black woman more. Um, and we need to bring more of that as a Black woman by holding the Black man responsible to stand up and be that Black man that you were called to be and the Black man that we need in our life. We got to hold them responsible. We cannot let them lack on their responsibility as being a Black man.
But it also comes with respect, because I'm
Oh,
not gonna
everything comes with
disrespect them.
respect.
Yeah,
Everything comes
because
with respect. It's a way that you come to a Black man. It's a way that you have to talk to him. It's a way that it's a time for everything.
right.
Can I
Yeah. You don't come with them with dominance because
can I
then that'll strip them of the protector that they are.
you have a Black man
Facts.
on can I get involved? It's a
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you
uh,
for Tab. Stop me. Okay. Let me mic down.
let me say this. From being a Black man of 54 years, I do the walking with you inside. I do open the car door. I do the things that a man supposed to do. You and my sons are the same way. They are taught with manners. They're taught with respect. The same way I was taught with respect. To respect a Black woman. I said it on the live last week. I only dated one white woman ever in my life, and it was when I was 35, and it lasted 6 months. And when that shit was over, I told her right in her face, I would never ever date a white woman ever again. Cause no disrespect, I didn't feel like me. So when I'm with my Black woman, when I'm with my queen, the strength that I get from her, the she protect my back, because I need somebody to watch my six. I respect that. That's why I protect and I provide and do what I do. But on the other side, there are women that think that we supposed to give them everything, but they give us nothing in
Nothing.
return.
Mm-hmm.
Attitude.
Mm-hmm.
How can a man willing to give? Because see, we visual creatures, but we also we want that. We want to be protected. See, what I learned in the last 4 years since I separated, a lot of women don't want what I've been called aggressive. I've been called names like you just think you this and that. I don't think I'm this and that. I know what the fuck I want and I won't settle. And that's what you not liking. You want the perks of being in a relationship with a man, but you don't want to put the work in neither. You don't want to communicate. And then when you don't get your way, that's when it become a toxic situation. Do y'all agree?
I agree.
Right, Madison.
Hmm.
Over here, the live, I think they said they can hear us. I
You
got
know what? I'll be right back. My headphones went out again. I need to comment on that as well.
got you. Um, so what I just said, do anybody have any feedback on it? You can even type it in the chat if something I said, you can give a comment. I got a thick skin. I'm the bad guy. Facts over feelings. I'm too fly for this shit.
You know.
Okay.
See, AD
You,
coming back. It's AD 30. Let me drop. I'll be right back. I got a comment on this. What you got to
Yeah, man.
Mute up.
yeah.
I feel what you're saying because I had it's been a while since I had dated a white girl, but um I had whenever I went to a basically predominantly white school, so it was more so accepted than anything. So I had a few white girlfriends, but whenever I went to the military, I got with a couple brothers, and they really made me feel bad about that shit. And ever since then, I mean, the way that I think about it, it's kind of like what you said, bro. But I feel as though it's more they cannot relate to us in any type of fucking way. So
You're 100% right. That's how I felt.
Now, are y'all saying that black women can't relate to you, or white
Oh,
women can't
you know,
relate to
been around black people, it's just certain ways that they move in their mannerisms that just don't equal ours. So it's just I feel like it's a struggle.
fact.
But what attracted you to the white woman to make you want to date her or be with her in the first place?
Curiosity.
Well, well, I won't say that. I'll say all the propaganda. You know, the '80s. You know, the only thing you saw on the '80s on videos was white women. You didn't see no sisters until after Michael Jackson broke the ceiling on MTV. And then eventually they started following on men, but it wasn't. Uh, uh, it was very. I didn't think it was great representation on TV. Back to the initial topic. Other than on certain stations, you had BET, you had CBS with only a few shows. We might get the Jeffersons, we might or the Cosby Show, but we weren't flooding like we're flooding now. And I feel as though it's a form of how they bring us in to franchise their networks. Just like Tubi did, everybody knows that that's Fox, but they have all these black um, shows on there in order to make us watch it. That's what they do.
Factual.
But my thing is, Bam Bam, you said you went to mostly white school and you lived mostly amongst whites. So you became a product of your environment, right? So that's what made you more, that's what you consumed yourself around. It became a person, it created you to be more of that person that you become. And that's what made, probably attracted you to the white woman because you became what you was basically consuming yourself around. But as for me, as a black woman,
Well,
I've always stuck with the brothers. Nothing about a white man attracted me, period. Conversation, look, smell, dress, nothing. And there was some white dudes that was raised in the hood that acted black because that's what their product of the environment was. They talked black, they moved black, they came like a brothers, but it still never attracted the dominance, the stance within a black man is what attracted me to that black man because they know as a black person what we go through in America.
That's what we're saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. Even though it was 6 months, that's exactly what I'm saying. If I have a pissed
and
off day and I come home and I'm like, every cuss word, every statement, things that's everything, you're not gonna understand it like a woman, like a queen gonna understand it. Or Latino. 'Cause I dated, I like AD said, it's proximity of your area. I grew up in a Puerto Rican neighborhood. I grew up in an Italian neighborhood. I had a mixture of everything in my neighborhood. And I did date a lot of Puerto Rican women. And they are black, but they just cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. That's how I call it. 'Cause everyone I must have was picking wrong as a teenager. That's because a lot of black girls in my neighborhood, I knew what they was like that house of 9 women behind me, and I didn't want to mess with that. My mom and auntie and them and cousins and all of them, it was all girls. I was the only boy. So I knew what the hell you gonna deal with, and I had to grow up. But I love my queens. Cause plus I didn't want to fight my aunties. Hell nah.
It's kind of funny when y'all say proximity because my proximity was majority white with a very few black men, but I never found white men to be attractive. I never wanted them in any way, fashion, or form. Like they just, I don't know, they just look nasty. They act. If anybody's on here and y'all are, I apologize, but it doesn't even matter. They were just like it just wasn't. It was something about seeing black skin. It was something about a black man that literally, or black young men at that time, that they just had a different type of swagger. They had a different type of look. And if they smiled the right way, it was just like it was on about it. So my proximity was plenty of white people, but it was like a black man was just like, oh Lord. Yeah.
Oh man. I love that. I went there too. But you gotta also remember this aspect of dating outside of your race. And I don't knock nobody. Like I'm an advocate of whatever the fuck you do and it make you happy. I love it. Period. And as time go on, y'all learn a lot about my ass or shit that I did growing up in my 20s and 30s. But when before it was streaming and all that shit, how many of y'all really made it home when Martin came on or when Living Color came on? When all them shows like Bill Cosby, because we know we had to watch Different World, Living Single. How many remember we used to make it home just to watch them shows?
I would. Right there in front of it. I knew the time slide and everything.
We knew when shit came on. Streaming made us lazy. Streaming, the internet don't give us no fucking push no more. It's like, man, we could just type in a word with your phone and dig on the damn show. You could binge watch old shit from back in the 80s. One day I'll set up and watch.
Bro, you fading in and out, bro.
Oh, I am. Oh, hope you come in. Mic check.
We hear you.
I mean, I can't believe people keep coming to the live. Oh boy, you know what I watched last week? I sat down and watched old different. I watched Different Strokes because to me Arnold was like a lucky kid, but we knew that shit would never happen. And really, in New York, ain't no man gonna get his maid kids and raise them. But it was a good thought. I think it was set up to be brainwashed. Do y'all hear me? Or did I lose?
Yeah, no, I can hear you. I can hear you. Sound good.
Yeah, you say you think it was set up to be what?
If look at this. When you watch Different Strokes and or Silver Spoons,
Mm-hmm.
didn't you wish that was you?
Hell yeah.
As a
Or
child when I
maybe,
was younger, yeah. Yeah, as a child looking at it when it first came out, yeah.
yeah, not me.
You ain't
Because
never want
we're from a poverty type hood
The
setting.
lifestyle, but
to.
see, I mean, mind you, that was but the lifestyle probably yes. The people that was in it, no.
I
Like
mean,
I
but
didn't
Well,
relate
what
to
about the
it.
yeah.
It was just the idea. Because I
that's
didn't look at, and I guess because my mom put it in my head as though that's not real. That's not even going to sit here and happen. Something like that. And my mom and dad was kind of, I don't want to sit here and say they were anti, but mind you, we're in the South. So they didn't look at them in that way. It's almost like they looked at it in a different way. As though they were trying to sit here and do the handout situation. And they're trying to overcompensate what she felt or what they felt, excuse me, what white people would do. So to me, that was like they were tokenizing,
Their
tokenizing.
privilege,
Yeah.
tokenizing
So
their privilege.
exactly. So it was like they didn't care for it. Like we didn't really watch it as much. Like if was able to get a chance to catch it, and she was, it was, okay, well you're already watching it, but you already know how I feel about it. There was that kind of situation. It wasn't like they were just like gung ho. If I can sit here and put on some black show, that's how I say I ended up watching rock. I was watching anything black, anything more positive to uplift. And I hated when all those shows kind of went off and went away, because even with my kids, they don't see that type of home. Like even if I pull up any one of these shows, they don't show that strong black couple that they can see and they can vibe from. We had a chance to be able to vibe from so many different aspects, even down to the living single. Like, okay, this is what happens when you get out of college. We're just gonna say that. And if you get roommates, and then if you're doing this, and then you're in your pathway to, it was just different things. So my son was watching, he would watch A Different World. Like, that's what he would watch, like black shows, Martin. That's what I said. We had at least they're streaming it now so that they can see that. But just to sit here and turn on the TV, they don't see that.
You're right. You're 100% right. And that's why I showed my kids Breaking and Beach Street and Crush Grooving and all the movie shows that Revenge of the Nerds, Police Academy. I showed them my vision when I was at their age. Like they couldn't wait to get to 16 so they could see Porky, because I talked about it so much as kids. Like I can't wait to let y'all see Porky, because I wanted to let them see this is why we got what's going on in America right now. That's privilege. But you just seen this other show I showed you. Look how we had to be more correct when we made movies. We got more powerful.
Can you showed that skit of how black women talk to brothers on the first come up. So put that beside the skit of a black man of how he approaches a white woman on the first come up. Let us see the difference in it.
We know the difference.
Because you got a lot of black men out here dating white women. And I don't, to me, a black man that dates a white woman loses the credit from a black woman when she see a brother dating a white woman. That's how I feel. You lose your credit as a black man from a black woman when she sees you date or marry a white woman.
We agree.
And so how would a black man, since you said you have dated white women, how did you approach the white woman?
I didn't approach. It was a date.
Mm-hmm.
It was set up. Because the question came when we was at work when I first moved to Louisville. Have you ever? And I said no. Why? I wasn't. I'm this complexion. I'm not dark skinned, and two, I'm not gonna put up with that shit. So I ain't doing no Jerry Springer shit. And one day, like conversation, just try. I'm telling you, like that. If you try it, you ain't gonna ever. No trash. Mind you, respectful, have fun, it was cool, but certain things within me wouldn't allow it. I wouldn't accept it because I am in 05, in '05, I was like that. I was out in studios, music. I was nah. And when I go on these spots, I'm looking around like I can't bring that motherfucker over here on 44th and Broadway. I had to look at all them aspects. Hey, nah, I'm good. I'm good. I didn't want. See, I know what I want. I always knew what I want.
Mm.
Sometimes I pick wrong, and sometimes I fuck it up because I wasn't ready at that moment. See, it's bigger when a man is. I was. There's a lot of times that I've been in situations when I'm like, yo, this could be the one for me, and then something to say like I can see a flaw somewhere, and then I'm hyping off of that, and then I sabotage.
Women do that too.
Yeah, I had moments. I have good women that came in my life, and I apologize to all of them. I'm like, yo, and we still friends. I just, but a lot of women, and I'm gonna say this: a lot of women won't do that. To admit you sabotage. They're
There are
blaming
some
on
women that actually do.
y'all, but blame it on the man and go to the grave with it.
Hey, you know what? You crack me up because you've apologized, shit, nigga. I need to atone. I need to atone for the shit that I have done in the past. I have been a complete asshole, and I recognize that.
Yep, me too. I'm too damn stubborn. I'm a Virgo. I'm stubborn as shit. I'm stubborn to my kids. My old son mad at me right now because I won't talk to him. Motherfucker, I ain't talked to you since December 23rd. Holla at me when I need you. Right now, I'm good. And
But going back to it, there are some women that actually can take it, but you're still talking about grown women, not girls.
um, I'm gonna be nice on it. Cause we just started.
You
We just starting out on this ride. I'm not gonna be the
you
I am
never
not the heartless bastard that I really am with my because ooh Lord, that zinger was coming. See, that's the ADHD I got. It was like, yeah, I got something. No, you don't. No, you won't. We can't. Nah, nah. We trying to make it
I ain't
clean.
saying there's a multitude of them, but I'm telling you, there are women out there that will accept what they've done. But you do have women out there that will not be in for the life of them. I don't care if they were wrong 30 times over. They just would be like, nope, it wasn't me. I didn't do it. It was all you. Yeah. But there are some women that
I
actually
got,
do woman up to the
I got, a,
stuff that they do.
I got a real good humdinger. This is why the fuck I said humdinger. I don't know. I'm like, yo, dude, what the hell going on? All right, I asked this question right.
Oh,
Yeah,
Lord.
I'm I'm gonna do it in Bertie Mac voice. Listen here. Can a motherfucking woman go on a date and pay for it?
Yes.
Yes, they will.
Why it took 50 something years for somebody to take me out on a date and pay for it?
Because they didn't have the right woman. That's all.
You
You
didn't
take
choose the woman. You got to choose the right woman.
about when you meet somebody and you like, all right, cool, you take them out on the first date. You take them out on the second date. I
Well,
literally had told the person that did it, the first person that ever did it, she said, why men won't let women take them out on the date. I'm like, yeah, you can take me out. My choice. I was like, because I never had it. And when she was genuine, she was like, and she older than me. She said it. Like a lot of women don't also date men. And I that's when I understood it. The man dating you, but you're not dating him back. Like throw some roses, buy him just on like, oh, I like the way that smell. Let me get that. He doing the same damn thing, vice versa. It's not like that for men. And AD agree with me. We be dating you, and you getting what we giving you to let you know we good men, but it ain't vice versa.
Okay, any women want to take in? Because I'm gonna get mine out when you asked that question before, and I told you there are a lot of men that will not, they won't do it. Like if I sit here and say, and again, that's me being in a dating pool. If I ask you to go somewhere and I'm saying, hey, can we go? I didn't never sat here and said, hey, you have to pay for it. But then if I sit here and say, I want to take you out to get a drink, they will not go. Hey, let's go get something to eat. They will not go. They will flat out turn, I don't do all that. I don't do all that. That's a pride situation for most men because every man's not going to accept it. So if I feel like if I'm asking you, I'm going to be that one to sit here and do that. But beyond it, they don't accept it. There's a lot of men that just don't accept it. Period. So
You
it's
know
not
that.
even if you're in a relationship and that woman wants to do for you. There's some men that just be like, no, I'm supposed to do this. I'm supposed to do this. And I don't
No,
know if again if it's a pride or they just feel like they losing their manhood because they woman want to do, but they're men, I guess, because you also have to look at it. Most men don't get it, so they don't know how to receive it. Just like y'all sit here and say some women don't know how to receive it because they never had it. If they're
Exactly.
really good to them, they will. That's when that's talk about self sabotage. They don't know how to receive it because they never had a man to be right to them, and so when they're trying to be right to them, they self sabotage themselves because they're like, okay, so who you got on the side? What you doing? Why are you trying to be so nice? It's always those questions, and you be like, if he's just genuinely trying to be good to you, why are you acting? Oh no, it's something else behind it. I know it's something else behind it. Self sabotage because they never had a good man to
To
come
love
in
them,
instead of just taking it.
to love them correctly. You're
I
right.
agree. It's pride because my ex and I have been broke up for 20 years now. And when I come back to Chicago, I always visit and want to touch bases with him and see how he's doing because even though we've been broke up and everything, we had always had a friendship first. And sometimes I'll say, come on, my treat, let's go. And it's always that excuse. But if he's initiating it and say, come on, let's go, let's go, let's go, it's okay. It's like, and I even asked him, I was like, what is the problem about me paying for us to go out and just like go to dinner, is catch up or have a drink or something? He's like, no, it's just I don't do that. No, I'm supposed to do it. I'm supposed to do it. And I just always took it back to pride and maybe just the way he was raised by his daddy. But it's silly because it's like
you're right.
we're on the phone instead when we could have like gone out and got out in the atmosphere somewhere and talked.
I don't understand.
I
And
don't
now as I
understand it either.
Exactly. I
and as
agree about
far as having this dialect with y'all, I get to see it on y'all side too. Because you remember, I was generalizing it around me and other friends. I made jokes about it. Like I was boys, like what?
You
This
kind of
boy,
low facts.
I know what it is. Well, I'm closing the live, and let me turn my microphone check. You hear me?
That is better.
All right,
yes.
turn the volume.
Mm-hmm.
Like I talked to my boys, and I was like, "Yo, dog, did it." They like, "Yo, what? This motherfucker over here won't even take me to motherfucker IHOP." Like shit like that. We was making jokes about it because it is something that we're not used to.
Hmm.
Busy, real. I'm busy for real. It's- I'm answering the comments in the live on TikTok and over here on YouTube. Um, and we just like y'all think dudes supposed to not. All right, I'm trying to. I'm not. No, I'm not being a bad guy. Your turn, boss.
What's that?
Go ahead, finish.
No,
What?
I was finished. I was finished.
So you really believe that it's a stigma amongst independent men, or you think it's broke men? Do broke men got the same aspect when a woman asks them out on a date?
I can only speak for the uh hard head I'm dealing with. He's a stubborn son of a gun.
Oh, Mr. Rosen,
What?
Mr.
Mr.
Rosen.
No. This is talking about my ex. No.
Oh.
That dude is weak.
I
That
wouldn't imagine that most
Oh,
women would actually be trying to sit here and deal with the complete. Let me not say it like that, because there are some men that just don't have it. But then you have men that are just moochers.
I think
some are. Yeah.
I think that there's a difference between men, strong men that just prideful and they don't know how to bend, versus a man that's just trying to use. A user is going to sit here and take it regardless.
Now I got something for you. I'm a
Mhm.
full figure chick. I'm getting the vibes off of this guy, which is I know you're a full figure chick, and I'm giving you attention. You need to take it because I know you're not getting it.
shit.
And I'm like, dude, you don't know me very well because you throwing a little vase of flowers my way ain't nothing. Okay. And some of them, I see this with my other friends that it's really sad, and you kind of try to talk to them and say you can do better than this, but they don't hear you because they don't want to be alone. And some women need to learn how to be alone and happy in their own company, because some of them really get used by some of these dudes and they prey on some women. Some dudes do,
Yes,
others are very much so gentlemen.
I agree.
But you can't pull that. I'm
Plus,
gonna see if I can run game on you, baby. I'm from the south side of Chicago. No,
I'm
no,
gonna say
no.
this: I can't be that dude because you ain't gonna wake me up with no damn trash bag thrown. I seen dudes get put like that. I'm like, that's you get. I be like, that's the fuck you get. Told you.
I
Or,
put a dude out that way, and
yeah,
guess what? Embarrassed him in front of his family, and guess what? He deserved that shit because you know what he did?
yup,
He crossed the line. He put his hands around my fucking neck because he
yup.
wanted to put me in control. And I'm like, oh no, I didn't see my daddy do that to my mother. He never raised a hand to her. And it's not starting here. Get the fuck out.
And you had the every right to put that ass out. Because
Sure did.
I always tell a woman in a heartbeat, if I gotta hit you, I don't need
And he worked in
you.
construction. And you know what I did?
And
I threw all of his tools in Lake Michigan. I ain't give a fuck.
Damn,
I went to one of those bridges, where you see them throwing
tools
the
a lot of
green.
damn money, bro.
No, the all the green, the green dye, when it's
yeah,
St.
St.
Patrick's
Patrick's
Day.
Day.
Yeah.
Yes.
You see, I'm Aries. I got a real heinous side. I had one of my girlfriends.
Oh,
I
you
said, pull
petty.
me up. I got up. I threw all his tools out the window and over the side of the bridge. A police officer kind of looked at me like, what you doing? And I looked at him and nodded, got in the car, and we drove off. And still to this day, he's like, where are my tools? Where are my tools? Fool, if you ain't figured out where them tools are, I don't know what you stupid. The tools gone. They said bye-bye. But no, you got what you deserve. You put your hands on me, that's it. You lucky my goon uncles didn't come up from Louisiana.
Ooh.
He's lucky.
See, that's one thing I can't do, and I can't respect a man that did it before or in a relationship on that shit. I don't got no. I have no respect for that. I had aunties and shit that went through that. We had teens beating trying to do grown men in for putting their hands on the women in our family. Man,
Mm-mm.
I don't play that. Like, only person I don't play that with, and I'm gonna say this, and my sister was verified. When it comes to my sister, man, I watched her shank one of her exes. He was Mr. Trent, he was a bodybuilder. I watched her beat her husband ass at their reception of their wedding. My sister fight everybody. I'm like, he called me one time and said, "Yo, bro, The sister jumped on me, bro. I had to fight her back to get out the house. I'm like, he said, I just don't want you in it. I said, what I told you when you got with her ass since we was teenagers. Like they grew up together. That's y'all fucking problem. That's some love hate relationship shit y'all do, fighting each other all the time. Ain't got nothing to do with it. You better fight her back. She bigger than you. Dude, nah, I can't hit no woman.
That's one of those asking that question. Do people actually understand what toxicity is? When you have to sit here and keep fighting in the relationship, do they not know what toxicity is? Nope. Or they just think that's for real love? Like, I got to sit here. We got to fight in order to sit here and make up.
Nah, fuck that. Nah.
I learned my lesson. Verbal abuse is rough, and I thought I could tolerate the verbal abuse. And this is the lesson I learned. I could not handle the verbal abuse from this street nigga. I was too sensitive to dealing with him when he would get angry. Something would go wrong, whatever one of his boys, he'll come home, be angry, and then eventually take it out on me. And then he would be saying some real foul shit to me, which was wrong. And I didn't deserve it. And I would tolerate that stuff. And it just kept escalating. And I remember that night I walked out and he tried to snatch my ass back in the apartment and it was on. But I said, never again. And I said, I learned my lesson. Verbal abuse, get out too. Physical abuse, definitely get out. Put up with no shit for them niggas. Shit.
I feel sorry for women that go through that shit. I feel so sorry. All right, sis, you have a good one. I feel so. It's like they cowards to me. Man, they gotta show that authority or try. Like you gotta be so obsessed when you need to know where your woman at all times. You that insecure.
They want to know where you are because they probably out doing the same thing that they think you doing.
And I agree with you on that.
Come on.
I'll be like, man, I work 20 minutes from work. I live 20 minutes from work. When the fuck do I got time? I drive all day long. When I get to that parking lot and get in my car, I'm get home in 20 minutes. I'm in my house. First thing I'm doing, open up the refrigerator, grab me a beer, kick my boots off, sit there, and when do I got time to cheat? And like they always say, comes from the darkness, come to the light. Period. My mama always said, if somebody accusing you, they the one doing it.
Because some of these women are mental cases, and some of my friends who are married to get this other woman out of their lives has been ridiculous. My girlfriend lived in Kentucky with her husband. They had to move to a different state. They moved to Minneapolis to get away from this woman because she was creating so many problems in their marriage after he done broke it off with her, but she can't let it go.
Oh, I know people like going through that right now today. Mm-hmm. Court cases trying to get away from women, certain women. Man, Bull Dexter is my favorite movie. That's all I can say. But motherfucker try that shit with me. That's my favorite show. Hey, nah. I don't mind calling the police. Because I got the police called on me, and I'm like, you the one hit me with the fucking table.
The newer generation is a little weird to me. Like y'all listen to those little things. There's a lot of women that be like, oh, you could date. I think the same things that those little questionnaire kind of things. And some of these are actual college graduate women. And they'll ask them, you date a moderately a broke dude versus a rich dude and he hits you. They were like, I'll take the rich dude that'll hit me. Wait, what? This was a steady stream of chicks. Like it wasn't, they were random girls, but a couple of them, because they were at a college campus on a couple of them, but it was like a steady thing. Like they just rather be hit than sit here and actually just date a dude that doesn't have a whole lot of money. Or an ugly dude. They'll change it up to either an ugly dude that treats you amazingly or the rich dude that treats you bad. He'll hit you. He'll do this. And they'll every single time they'll be like, they'll take the rich dude, no matter what he does. It's all, a lot of them are about money instead of substance.
Fact.
It's sad. And I was like, I don't want to see, like I said, there's a lack when we were talking about it yesterday, Brown, when that man situation, when that father situation, they don't see what they need to see. And that's why I said those are the ones that are crying out, because a lot of the women, either they in the relationship like that and they see it and they just feel like they got to mimic what they do, that generational curse where I see and then I do, that kind of situation. That's why I say I look at them and I just be like, darn, I said that male figure, like you said, that family unit, that man does play an intricate part in that little girl's life too, because that first person technically they're supposed to fall in love with, and as boss clearly said, is that daddy. That daddy, they look up to their dad, and if that dad is not there, they don't have an example, that shining example. They don't get treated the way that they need to get treated, and that's why these little girls are lost right now. They think it's okay.
I agree with you, sister. That's why I work with the IPV population, with the domestic violence population, because my household growing up was different than you two sisters on the panel. Um, like I said, I grew up with a hell raising father, right, that hit my mother repeatedly. So I grew up in a toxic household. To where I came in at the age of 11 and busted my daddy upside the head with a skillet. My mother was scared of my father. She was a peacemaker. She was a woman of God, and she wanted to keep her marriage. But the man that she married was toxic, right? And I seen that she was scared of him. Her mother was the same way with her husband. So she's seen it. It's a curse. It's a repeated factor. But someone has to stand up to what is wrong and fight it and be brave. And I became that girl that had to fight the boogeyman in the house. Um, and so through life experience of seeing a man that is insecure and thinks that power over a woman is to promote violence on them to gain power over them is wrong. And it's a repeated chain reaction that we must get involved with to break, because that hurts the village when it comes to women not holding man accountable to be that man, and that woman raising up to value herself as that woman, to know that she does not have to be treated that way. Know her value. When she knows her value, she knows what to expect from a man. And growing in the South, women women feel like their place is behind the man. They have to do what the man says do. Um, but yet a God-fearing man that counsels with the Lord and gets direction from the Lord does not oppose affliction on that woman. He adores that woman. He treats that woman with respect. He treats that woman with love and compassion. So it's a difference in the household settings, but as through life experience, that's why I work with like I said, I work with that type of population.
You know what? I still need therapy behind what happened to me, because there is a part of me that's like, I don't, I don't want to live again with another nigga ever again after that happened. And that was 8 years ago.
That's the breakdown of trust.
I have zero fucks, zero trust, and I know deep down it's bad, and another man shouldn't have to be paying for this idiot's way of how he treated me, you know. But that's something that I know I need to go back to therapy and get some more help with, because it took a lot for me to get to that point of recognizing that I was dealing with verbal abuse. And I was like, it took a long time for me to admit that in therapy. Finally admitted it. Now I got to get over this next threshold. I know I do, but I got to do the work and do it. You know, you heard my story with my family unit and everything. I knew right from wrong and everything because I had a dad in the house, but it still happened, you know.
You did. But that was also a layer that you never seen. So
Of
you
course.
wouldn't how do they be like if you don't know because it's something different.
He
But
was a manipulator. That's what it
exactly.
was. He
And it
was a
was just
master manipulator. And I ain't
exactly.
seen that.
And that's the part that got you. It wasn't that and like you say, you didn't know because you just figure, okay, well, he's just releasing steam. He's releasing stress. I'm just gonna be that woman to be there for him because he's stressed out and all this other stuff. You did right by the first time he actually put that. That was way too far.
Mm-mm.
I'm sorry you went through that, boss.
I am too.
And you probably one of the smartest women I met, but you got a caring heart, and you didn't allow that to make you have a bitter heart to
I'm
go
trying not to.
around these kids. You're around them kids every day, and you don't even bring that out your house. You I be laughing my ass off. I think it's dope that you didn't lose that passion. That could have changed your course if you accepted that.
And guess what? When I went to school the same day, it happened. Very next day it happened, and was on time for work, and didn't miss any work, nothing. And they didn't know. And then finally, the security officer saw that I was off, and he said he was like, "Oh," and he passed away. God rest his soul. He's such a sweet man, Hispanic man. And Martinez was like, "What's going on with you?" Because he's like, "Something's a little off with you." And I
Boy,
admitted and told him what was going on. And he was like, "What does he look like?" Because he's not coming in here and bothering you. And I just hugged him because I'm like, "Thank you. I needed this because I didn't want my family to know. I didn't want my brother to know. I didn't want my uncles to know because I knew somebody was going to be in jail. That was the other part of it
oh,
that
that's
was
how I
bothering
was
me.
with my family.
I
And
didn't
yeah,
want anybody in jail. That's what I was really nervous about. Now looking back on it, I should have spoke up and said something.
Oh, they know in my family we don't play that. It's just
right.
like it be the Hatfield McCoy type shit going on in my family. Like you hit one of our women in our family, and the phone call go out, pack your shit. We come,
You said pack a bag, right?
we got bag and haul ass because we come. We,
Boss, if I may ask like a semi-personal question, but and I don't know how open you want to be with the question, and it's okay if you don't want to answer it. But being that you didn't tell your family, did you feel as though, I guess, looking back, that you were still protecting him in that sense, not really protecting the family, it was protecting him?
No, I was protecting my family because at one point, I figured out this isn't working, and I was trying to be like, um, what's her name, Tina Turner. I was trying to plan my escape, minus the white shoes and the white suit. I was trying to figure out how I was going to get this fool out of my house. I just had no clue. And then I was also dealing with the "I told you so" because my mother and I didn't have the best of relationships at that time, and she was the one who said, "I don't think you need to move in with him." And I was like, "No, you just want me to sit up underneath in your house and be with you, I'm running my mouth, as a young woman would, but mm-mm. Looking back at it all,
Did she hit you with "I told you so"?
say what?
Did she hit you with "I told you so"?
No, she didn't. She never did.
You had a
Um,
good mama.
she kept her. If anything, I think she more than anything kept her opinion to herself. She's never spoke on it. Her thing was, "You gonna move back home? Okay, come on." That was her attitude.
My mama ain't. I love my mama, but back then, boy, my mama told me about my first wife. She was like, "I'm telling you, I'm telling you, don't do it." My mama was right. I ain't talked to my mama for like a year when I first got married
They
because I was
see
mad.
things.
And then within like the second year, me and my mama became best friends. And she said it every day. Yeah, you over here crashing on grandma's couch because you tired of that crazy lady. I told you so.
But you know what, Fabs? You were saying that I'm going through this and I'm dealing with the kids. This is the average life of a teacher because it's our job and we have to put our personal the shit that we're dealing with to the side and deal with these kids. And actually, the kids were a healthy distraction during the day because he was blowing my phone up all the time when this mess was going down because he was trying to save face with his family because he felt like he had stepped up. He had got him a teacher and she's a librarian and everybody was like, "Oh, you got a smart one this time." That's what they used to say. "You got a smart one this time." And I was like, "Damn, what kind of females you used to date?"
Trash.
Boss, that is so true.
Mm-hmm.
You have to sit here and separate that work from that personal, especially when you're dealing with children. And
Yeah.
boy, then you have children at home because even if there was an argument at home, my children still didn't see a lot of stuff because I refuse to have any type of disagreement in front of them in that magnitude.
Right.
That,
Actually saying I just feel like they should still be children and
Right.
whatever we're going through, we need to sit here and deal with what we going through. And if I have to sit here and do it, they don't. I said I seen the repercussions when we blew up in front of them and how it affected them that one time because it was a long time before we got to that point. But at that point, I was like, this is the reason why I don't do that. But he antagonized it to do it in front of them. And I don't know understand why. That's why it took us to be like, okay, no, you just don't get it.
I wasn't with that. Like, I'm the king of dipping. I my kids will tell you. And all the years when in the beginning we'd get up, jump in the car, you know what I mean, drive around and communicate. You did not do none. That was one of my main rules. We don't do that shit in front of my kids. If you got a problem with me, we can balance and talk it out.
Exactly.
We ain't doing it in front of my baby. And like I told Brown, the only time I ever in almost 15 years I ever called her the B word is because we was on our way home from out of town and she just got at it. And I just blacked. Because I kept saying it real low, like Shawnee in the back seat. We'll talk about it when we get back there, when you get to me to my car, because we wasn't living together. I'm like, you can drop me off at my crib and we'll talk about this later, but not around him. As we kept driving, she kept itching, and she went there. And I blacked and I said it. And she threw it in my face. I said, you know what? Out of every argument we ever had, I never ever called you that. That's because you started disrespecting my son. I asked you but respectfully not to argue around my baby, and you know I'm like that. And that's what happened. But that ain't my thing. If I gotta call you them names and treat you bad, and I'm the dick king. You get mad, I'm gone. I'll be back in about an hour. Let you calm down. I'll walk because I don't want that confrontation. I don't like toxic relationships. And now that I'm older, I really don't want a toxic relationship.
I feel you on that.
I, I'm looking for. I say this all the time when somebody asks me, "What you looking for?" I'm looking for that one I wake up to and go to bed with, and my life is just positive. My joy. That's all I'm waiting for. And I'm gonna do the same for her. We just gotta be respectful of the situation. Everybody ain't why you say mustard? Samurai crazy.
That's that communication.
Yeah, I love I'm it took me a long way to get to being a person because I wasn't a communicator. I was just shut down. But now I'm a communicator. And now I'm being called aggressive.
I don't know. I think that's, but I'm not gonna just put it on men. But there are a lot of men that don't know how to communicate. And again, just being in
Yeah.
this little situation where you are dating and you run into men after maybe the first day, you be like, oh, okay, they had good conversation. It's just like I feel like at this point you're talking to Maggie where they have a decent talking point and then they don't have anything else after that. And I'd be like, darn, okay, well that wasn't, yeah. I don't like carrying the conversation. I do like conversation, but give me some substance. Because if you about to talk to me about sports all day, I don't want to talk about sports all day. I can talk to you about sports, but that's not the only thing that I have. Can we talk about a book? Can we talk about a good movie? Can we talk life? But you don't get that. And yeah.
Hey, all y'all ladies is right. Black Samurai, you gonna jump in this shit or I gotta fight this fight, Baba? Okay, we gonna do I'm gonna let y'all know what next Saturday gonna be like. This is gonna be dope. Me and Brown was talking. And Brown liked the debate. I like the debate. We wanna do y'all find the I know the other three men I want on the panel for me. Y'all find four women and we're gonna do men versus women, women versus men. I will make the debate questions for both of us. Y'all pick y'all shit, we'll pick our shit.
So
And we
other
battle.
that's up here. Other than the women that's up here,
Yeah, like we can get 8 people on the panel. Cause we like the debate. Be honest, don't we all like the debate?
I love the debate.
So we're gonna do men versus women, debate style, Gen X style. Gen
Black
X,
power.
I love it.
you know what I mean? You get your four women, Brown, you, and y'all find one more. Constance not allowed in the first one. No. I, nah, my sister can play. I get my four men. We set it up. Instead of doing the Saturday morning thing, because everybody, you know what I mean, since we ain't doing lives on Saturday no more, we can do it right before the podcast, or we can do it after the podcast. And I think it'd be dope. And it also bring views to the podcast when it uploads. And then we also got 2 days of content. So what y'all think?
I love it.
So much black power.
What you think? Sis? Young Mike, young muted.
Boss.
Oh, I agree. I mean, that would be nice.
It'll be
I'm
fun.
sorry,
Have
I
an
was
open
getting stuff.
dialogue
Yeah.
when it comes to relationships.
Not just relationships, everything. Hey, I'm a dig in the
Okay.
dirt.
It's cool with me. I'm sorry, I was getting stuff out the dryer. But
Yeah,
yes,
I'm a dig in the dirt. This ain't gonna just be about no damn relationships. It's gonna be women issues too about the toilet seat. Why y'all don't look when y'all sit down?
I want to ask boss librarian a question.
We supposed to
Um,
we whining.
can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Hello?
You coming in and out, but we hear
Okay. Oh,
Is she moving? Brown, can you hear us?
it's a connection issue.
Okay.
Okay, now I can hear you. Boss librarian, have you ever had spiritual counseling?
not spiritual. Not spiritual. Mm-mm.
I would just recommend, just to see, try some spiritual counseling and see how that would help you move forward within your trust barriers when it comes to men, so you can move forward with dating.
Yeah, because I'm. It's getting to be noticeable with friends and with family.
Mhm,
Uh, my mother is 83,
mhm,
and she's still dating.
What?
Yeah, nice guys. I've met them all. Now, I
mhm,
hate to say
Go ahead, mom. Mom out there. Great.
honey, the twinkling brown eyes get her all the attention in the world. That twinkling brown eyes and this sandy hair. But you know what the deal is that
I
I
want to
told you
be
that I'm
83
dealing with
and I
some
get
medical
80.
issues. Hush, hush. I'm dealing with some medical issues, and I recently had a revelation about this, that I do use the medical situation as kind of like a crutch. Like, oh, nobody want to be bothered with me because I got some medical situation.
My son.
And my friend came in real hard on me. He was like, "You a damn lie." You are a damn lie. He's like, there's plenty of dudes that want to take care of a sister like because you smart, you got all the stuff that's going on for you, but it's like I have no trust, no trust. So,
I feel you, boss. I feel you.
because I went into that relationship with really good intentions, and boy, I learned my lesson.
yeah, you put a lot of trust inside your relationship and within that man. Um, you know the saying that you never let the right hand know what the left hand is doing?
Yeah.
Sometimes, within a relationship, you have to keep some business to yourself. You cannot share everything with your spouse. You have to save some room for self at the end of the day. You have to save things for just only you and God to know,
Mhm. Mhm.
especially if you know your partner. Um, I talk to
If
a
you
lot
don't
of older
stop with
women
those little sound effects,
that's done been married for 75 years, still with their husband, still with him. And that's who I talk to, women that's been living a long time with their husband.
right, right, because
And
you
they,
could learn something from them.
and I've always that's who I consume myself around, is older women, to get the knowledge and the wisdom. But they made it so long with a
Right.
spiritual connection, and because they kept some things to themselves. They didn't share everything with their partner. And that's what kept them together for all those years.
Mm-hmm.
And the love grew stronger. You can trust a man with some things, but not with everything.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to balance out. And the same with a man with a woman. He can trust her with some things, but he can't trust her with everything. He has to have some things for himself.
I'm gonna say this.
Keep some things for himself.
Nah,
Where's my sound effects? Because he's about to talk. Where are my sound effects? Go ahead.
We don't get sound effects. We just, you make them yourself. So you be the bing, bingy, bing, or something like that.
have fun with it. Like, where my damn sound effects at? Want to have a sound effects battle? Come on, boss. I ain't scared of you.
Jesus.
I won.
It's okay. We do that whole panel. We gonna come up with our own little board. We gonna come
Yep.
up with
Yes, we
our own
are.
little things.
Hey, we about to shut this back. You know what I mean? I- To me, this y'all better be ready for man versus women next Saturday. We might do it Friday and Saturday. Y'all, we're changing the format. I'm going to build a platform where we can come to a peaceful place and we don't have to be disrespected. That's my whole goal.
Because we all grown.
Because I like being around y'all and I like communicating with y'all and I like learning from y'all and I like the people that we hang out with is dope. I just think y'all dope. I'm meeting people that have so much compassion and so many ideals and how they communicate and how pleasant it is to be around some people that's like minded. And all day long you're around a bunch of goofballs and you be like, this
Tam,
this
ain't he telling the truth?
Huh?
Ain't he telling the truth?
Yes. Because I can sit here and say, I learn. Well, I always say I learn from each and every one of y'all, everybody, even Ghost over there, A Drive. I like you learn something new and different, and you see different people's perspectives, and I like that idea and that
yeah,
thing because everybody, like at the end of the day, like you say, we all grown, we grown, and we have things that everybody is going through, so nobody is not exempt from anything from their past. It's just when you bring your past into it and put it on everybody else, that's when the issues come. If you've been hurt, you've just been hurt, but the next person didn't do it to you, so why take it out on them? If somebody was caught, and all that, it's we ain't 12.
you, you are right. That's
A
why
Drive, Black Samurai, wake up.
I'm here. I'm texting.
texting
A
what?
Drive, wake up.
Hey yo, let me talk to my nephew real quick.
Yes.
If you ever bring me on the panel again and I get booted, me and you gonna have words. Cause
We're going to have words. I like that. We're going to have some words.
because I'm being attacked.
I wasn't trying to attack you, so that's why I booted you.
No nephew, you my nephew. Hey, you ain't got nothing to do with this.
I know.
We agree. We did say last night. We do agree. We're done with it. It's not.
All right.
I just wanted to let you know I will not be participating in none of that shit no more. Because the only reason why I stepped up there in the first place because my sister don't got nothing to do with it, and we all know the truth. And now everybody got the goddamn message that I videotaped and I passed it along to prove that I didn't lie. So we all know the truth, and we decided it's over with. That's why it's at the end of this podcast that we did this morning to make it known. I'm throwing up the white flag because we on a whole different trajectory, baby. We about to shine. See, you have this mentality. If you don't see that, that's a Dollar Foods fan. I wore this hoodie on purpose. We
Uh,
ain't thinking like that no more. We building our community. We don't need nothing from the government.
and to everybody else in the panel, did y'all see Samurai's outfits yesterday?
Yeah,
Oh,
they,
he was
The
snapping.
fashion show.
yeah, he acting like he was on my line some damn where walking down that one day. I walked in there one time, he had on a red shirt. Then I came back, he had a jacket on. Then he's sitting over there modeling and shit.
And look debonair. I was like, oh
He
snap!
did that shit had me fucked
Damn.
up. He fucked me up when he did this. I'm gonna show y'all what he did because that's why I can't be like this. I literally was sitting there and all I seen him, he was sitting like this. And then it was that Victoria lady. I thought it was Auntie Vic. I'm like, Auntie Vic up here tricking? I was like, yeah, no. And she up there banging him. He went like this. He was like,
Yep, it was that one. I was like,
hell no.
I said, y'all, he's giving it to y'all. Y'all better sit here and take it.
And
'Cause
you
he
up there
don't know what to
pimping
do.
my nephew. You see I typed in the room. I said, y'all need to stop. Y'all pimping my nephew out up in this room.
I said, he gave us 4 wardrobe changes as soon as we get. I said, wait a minute.
I'll be
He
right
sure
back.
did.
How you say? I'll be right back to him. But then he come back and sit down and be like,
Yes.
we had 112,000. Can we get it up to 120? I was like,
I loved every minute of it. I was like, look at him. I was
he
like,
is coming out his box. And
I
I'm
said,
He's doing his thing. He's doing his thing. And with him changing up those outfits, it was running those gifts up.
it
And
was.
like,
I was running up. So he see what's going on with him changing and moving. He's studying everything
yep.
of how he's running his room.
He gave
Wow.
humility
And I
every
like it.
bit. He gave
I
humility
truly
every
like it.
bit. Debonair isms. That's what he was giving y'all. So thank you, Black Samurai. Black Power.
Black Power. Actually, I sent all three of you, Brown Sugar,
Black Power.
Boss, Tim, a message because I got a message today that is I was disturbed about.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Do you want to address it with everybody on the panel? We all are.
Or we can just close
We
the
all
line.
are family. We all.
No, we're not gonna do
You
it
want
on
to do
the
it when we
line. We're gonna
close?
break
You
that.
can do it when we
I'll
close.
close it out. I'm gonna do the last to the end of the live, and I appreciate everybody that stuck it out with us and the people that came in and out. It will get better. We will be doing other things, but if you want to change your internet life and don't want to be always having anxiety, and come over here, you'll get a better understanding of what's rocking up on Gen X style. We're gonna help build, grow, because like we say, air alike, be alike, think alike. Always make it make sense.
And make sure you bring your popcorn next Friday. Next
That's
Saturday.
right. We're gonna whoop that ass. Men gonna kick that ass.
I doubt it. Let's